Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Today I'm finally sitting down and unboxing the July premium box. I'm so sorry for not getting this out sooner. But I'm going to do a little bit of a tutorial using the Morphe Manny MUA palette. If you've seen in a previous video, I did a wing cut crease. I'm going to try to recreate that today for you because I had a lot of questions on how to do it. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Before we get started, I remind you guys to smash that subscribe button, become part of the Wolfpack today. Now let's get into it. Alright, so before I get into things, let me just show you really quickly what I got in my box. Everyone did get this palette. It's Morphe and Manny MUA palette. I keep messing up on that. We're going to be using that today for the eyeshadow look, and I may use the highlighters, but maybe in the next item. The item that I chose for this month's box, this is from Kenia Cosmetics. I chose the Blush and Shine Kit, and this is actually super cute. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like the snake print on this is really, really cute. And it feels like a higher quality than what I was expecting. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I expected it to feel a little bit different. And of course, the colors in here are super, super pretty. And you're seeing little circles here because I've already swatched it. I actually filmed this video once and something happened. It didn't go over very well in that video, and I had to redo it today. The little bit that I used it yesterday, it did perform really, really well. So I'm excited to get to play with that again. I also got the Byroe Bitter Green Essence Toner in my box, and this thing, I'm sorry, I know the color of toner, it really shouldn't affect it, but for some reason, because of the color that it is and the gold packaging on here, this looks very elegant. It looks super, super pretty. So when I first got this, I shook it up. I wasn't really paying any attention to what I was doing. I think I just did it out of habit to shake it up. But what I noticed is that the bubbles that made, they hardly move. Like, only the bigger bubbles are actually coming up to the surface. So this must be an especially thick toner, almost like a serum hybrid. That may be why so many people love this and why it does so much. Is it's super, super thick. It doesn't seem like it in the bottle when I remove it this way, but the fact that those bubbles are staying in place, yeah, so I'm excited to give this a try. I got the Everyday Vacay setting spray from Sauté London. I also got a cuticle oil from, what is the brand? It's Cusio. I cannot pronounce this, but this is a honey and milk cuticle oil, and the box itself is kind of beat up. Like, it's like it's coming apart. I don't understand what happened to this, and there's even scuff marks on the box itself. So I don't know if everyone's came like that, or if it was just mine. But as far as the cuticle oil itself, I think this is actually pretty. Most of the cuticle oils that I have, like this is one from Adesi that I've had for a while, like it's kind of plain, you know, just looks like a nail polish bottle. This looks like something you're going to want to display. I love the way this looks, and it's actually made to tilt on its side like this. I guess whenever you get a little bit lower into it, you can tilt it that way, make it a little bit easier to use. I don't know. I don't see the point in that. Now the last thing I got in my box, this is a lipstick trio from a brand, Folly Fire. I think I've gotten this in Ipsy box before. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I like the way it's displayed and the packaging on here. Oh, I've got that one turned around backwards. But the shades that I actually got, we have Full House, Here to Slay, and Sunset Boulevard. All three of those are really, really pretty, so I'll wait till I get my eye look done, and then I'll be able to figure out what kind of look I'm going for. But yeah, that's everything that got in my box. Let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Alright, so first thing I'm going to use, this is the Byroe Bitter Green Essence Toner. I tried using this yesterday on a cotton pad, and it didn't go over so well. I didn't realize that you weren't supposed to apply it that way. You're supposed to use your fingers for it. And this little thing, I kind of like it and I hate it at the same time, so that you can pull the little stopper out of it. I guess I put that in there to make sure it doesn't spill anywhere and you don't lose any of it, or that doesn't dry out maybe. But you actually put this on your fingertips and massage it in. I'm honestly not used to doing my toner with my fingertips. Like I said, I'm normally a cotton pad kind of girl, but it feels really nice. It smells good. And I could see how doing it this way would cause a little less irritation to your skin versus using a cotton pad. It does feel very hydrating, and my skin feels nice, and I don't think it's overly shiny. I'm excited to try this for a while and see how it goes because it has a ton of great reviews. And next I'm gonna go into a couple of new skincare items that I received recently. The first one, this was sent to me from Dr. Brandt. They were nice enough to gift this to me. This is the Cool Biotic Prebiotic Redness Relief Cream, and it has cannabis sativa seed oil. This is really good if you have rosacea, if you have inflamed skin. I've been using this for a while. It worked really good in the beginning, and then I took a break from it, and I'm back on it again to see, because I saw improvements initially, and I wanted to see if maybe there was something else causing the improvement, or if it was this. And I think it may have been this. And especially, I've been keeping it in my skincare fridge. That's like right over here. And it has been cooling, like it cools your skin on contact. So I think, of course, that's going to make it feel a lot better, and I think I got too much. And the good thing I like about this is that it doesn't give me any issues if you're wearing it under your makeup. And whenever you first put it on, it feels like regular moisturizer, but then after a couple of minutes, it's almost like it cools down further. I don't really know how to explain how this feels. I'm going to link it down below in the description in case anyone is interested in it, because if you have rosacea, it might be something you're interested in. It might be something that would really help. And as far as the eye cream, I'm going to use one from Ole Henriksen, and I'm also going to be using the primer from them, the Banana Bright Primer, which, by the way, was your choice item next month for the August premium box. This one I haven't had as long, so this is actually like only my second or third time using it, so I don't really have enough to give an opinion on this yet. Okay, so we're going to start with our eyes first, and I'll use the Fenty concealer to prime the lids. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to use Dust Cloud as my transition shade, just to get the crease started. And I'm keeping it kind of closer to the eyebrow because that's where I want the blending to be the smoothest, and we're going to use a deeper shade down below that. Next, we're going to go into the shade Fire Witch, and we're going to start deepening up that crease and bringing the color almost all the way up to the brow bone. And you also want to drag the color out, that way you can make sure you have enough color, enough pigment out here for the wing. And I like to bring it in a little bit also for the same reason, so that whenever I do the cut crease, I have enough color given definition on the inner corner. And you can kind of see where that wing is actually already starting. And I'm going to do this a couple of times just because I want to take the time and build up the intensity of that shade. And using that same brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Gamenta, and I'm going to keep it a little bit lower than the top of where I put Fire Witch. And again, make sure you drag the color out. And you can kind of see my brush is doing the movement that I want my cut crease to do as I'm blending, so I can make sure everything is really smooth. And I'm going to go back into Fire Witch and just emphasize this color a little bit more because it got a little bit lost in Gamenta. Now the last step of this, I'm going to take a smaller fluffy detail brush, and I'm going to dip into Howl. This is going to be our deepest shade, and you're going to be very precise with this. If you have hooded eyes, I like to look straight ahead into the mirror and place where I want that cut crease to be. If you don't have hooded eyes, then you can kind of look down and see where your natural crease is. But I'm going to look straight ahead, and I'm going to lightly place that color. And I'm going to take it a little bit higher because I kind of create my own natural crease. I've done this both ways, one with the shade and one without, and I think I like it better with it, just so that it gives a little bit more, I don't know, it just makes the crease, whenever you cut it, makes it stand out a little bit more. I think it's a little bit prettier this way. Just make sure you take your time and blend, because this is the biggest thing about doing any eye makeup look. I honestly go back and forth, layering, blending, layer, blend. Like, I'll do it several times to make sure I get the full pigmentation, and I want it to blend very seamlessly. If I don't take that extra time, I can definitely tell in the end. Next, we're going to cut the crease. I'm going to go back in with my Fenty concealer, just put a little bit on the back of my hand here, and use a flat concealer brush. Now this will depend on your eye shape. There are several different ways to do it. Again, because I'm hooded, I like to go slightly above my natural crease to make my eyes appear larger. If you don't have an issue with that, you can just place the concealer all over your eyelid, look down and open your eyes, and it'll make the stamp for you where you want the cut crease to be. But I am making my own new shape, and honestly this part takes the longest. And I kind of stamp it as I go along, and then wing it out there at the end. And this is just trial and error, trying to make sure what eye shape actually works better for you. Okay, so when you think you have the shape that you want, then you're just going to drag your concealer down and blend it. Now to set the cut crease, I'm going to go back into Dust Cloud and take a flat shader brush, minus the dog hair, on a flat shader brush, and just press that into the concealer. Now this time I'm going to go into one of the highlighters in the shade Nova. I'm going to use that for my shimmer shade and put that all over the new cut crease. And I'm going to take that fluffy pencil brush and go into Pigmenta, and we're going to start here along the lash line. And I don't go all the way to the inner corner, and as I start to go out to the outer corner, I start to go up a little bit with the color. And I also fan this color out as well. Now depending on your eye shape, you may want to bring the color up a little bit more. Like with me with hooded eyes, I do like to bring it up a little bit more in the center so that it doesn't look so extreme along the line. I'm going to go into Fire Witch and just layer that color a little bit further to the inner corner. Now still using that same brush, I'm going to go back into Howl, and I'm going to be very, very precise with it and just use it along the lash line. And just barely winging it out. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye off camera, go ahead and put my base on, and we'll be back to finish up the eye look and use the rest of the items in today's box. Alright, so now I'm back. I got my base on. I used concealer, a powder foundation, and a powder brow. I still have this, the browgal from Tonya Crooks. I still have this thing. I've been really into brow powders here lately rather than doing a pencil. I think the heat, I'm just at the point where I can't be bothered to mess with the pencil and gel and all this other stuff. I just wanted to do something simple, basically, for my brows, which normally take me forever, and that takes me like 2 seconds. Okay, so we're going to go back in and finish up the eye look. I'm going to go back in first with Pigmenta. And I'm still using that same fluffy pencil brush for a lot of the detail work. So what has everybody been watching? I've been watching Hulu a lot, and they keep recommending stuff from the 90s for me. And I've been watching like Married with Children, The Golden Girls. The Golden Girls, I binge watched that, and I don't care what Devin says. He says he doesn't like that show, and then whenever it's on, he'll sit there and not leave, and he'll laugh at the jokes and stuff, and especially Blanche. I think that's his favorite character. I don't care what he says, he likes it. I've also been watching the 90 Day Fiance stuff from TLC, like the Before the 90 Days, The Other Way, After the 90 Days, Happily Ever After. We have been watching the story, like I saw it first on PewDiePie's channel where he was talking about Infisa and George, and so I'm like, okay, I'm really curious, because that woman at first I thought she was such a horrible person because she, you know, the way she was acting with George, and then this last season that I've seen, she's been so much calmer, she's been quieter, and she's been getting her feelings hurt, like, because George keeps lying to her over and over. And I don't know why, I find that show fascinating now that I've kind of gotten started on it. Comment below if any of you guys have seen that, and who is your favorite couple. Okay, this has to be the tiniest baby pencil that I have ever owned, and I hate that it's not even numbered. It's a Morphe brush. I got it in a set, and I need to buy another one because it's so perfect for super detailed work. If anyone has an alternative to this, can you please comment down below and let me know, because I need to buy a couple of these. They're one of my absolute favorite brushes. But I'm just keeping this really tight in the shade Howl. Just give a little bit of extra dimension to the lower lash line. Yeah, and I'm not doing any eyeliner with this. If you can, I've seen a lot of people, when they do this look, they do the big wing eyeliner and then they drag it out too, but I'm not that skilled. I'm not really quite at that level, you know. Like, I have a really hard time doing wing eyeliner, so I'm not going to even try to do it today. Next, we're going to go into the Kenia Cosmetics Blush and Shine Palette. Now, I have been obsessed with orange blush, and I'm so glad that that's in here. I think that was probably the main reason that I got this, but I'm going to mix mostly Gemini and just a little bit of this first one, and I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to. But I'm just going to dip into that, and like I said, just a splash of that. And I keep my blush high. I don't really go onto the apples here and go out. I kind of start here in the outer part, and I carry it in just a little bit, and I carry it up. And I go into the eye area with it as well. I think they call this blush draping, the technique that I do, but I really like the effect that it has. It kind of makes me feel like my cheekbones are a little bit higher. I really like her blush. Like, there's a lot of pigmentation to it, but it's not to the point where it's out of control. And for highlight, the highlight in this palette is pretty intense. I'm not even gonna lie. So I want to use a different brush than I normally do. Normally I would just go in with a like a smaller contour brush, but because it's so intense, I want to use a fan brush. And this is just one that I have from Lexi. It's a 560 medium fan. And I'm going to dip in these two. That's really pretty. She's got a good formula. I really like what she has. The one that she has on the website, normally they do have mirrors. It's just the ones that they sent Boxycharm, they don't. I don't know if that was for weight or maybe something that they discussed with Boxycharm to like lower the price whenever they go to buy the products from them. I'm not sure, but I think it's okay since we got the Manny MUA palette, and that one definitely does have a mirror in it, so it's not necessary to have both of them. And for mascara, I'm going to use the Climax mascara from NARS. I've had this one for a while. If you like definition in your lashes, and it's really, really good for that. The way the wand is, it separates the lashes very well. And the last thing that we have to play with are the lipsticks. And I'm not sure exactly which shade I want to play with. I think one of these is a little bit nude than the others. But I'm going to go in with Sunset Boulevard. Ooh, that's really pigmented. And it's super creamy. I think that's pretty. I think I'm going to keep that one on. But I do want to swatch the other two lipsticks for you. This one is Full House. That's really pretty. I may change to that one. Okay, and this is Here to Slay, and it is a super, super red. That's bright. I think I actually really, really like that darker one, though. I think I want to mix the two and overlay that on what I have right now. Alright, so I think that's a little bit better for the look that I have on. But yeah, this is the complete face of Boxycharm in the little winged cut crease tutorial. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to hang out. I hope that this helped you in some way. I want to do kind of a recap on everything that we got. The Byroe Bitter Green Essence Toner, again, I can't really say how this is going to do because you have to use it for a while, but upon initial application, I do really like this. The lipsticks that came in the box, these were surprisingly, like, even though they say that they're matte, like there's a little bit of a luminosity to them, I think they're really, really nice. They're super creamy, and I would like to get more shades from their line. The big star for me in the box, of course, was the Morphe palette. This one, I'm really surprised how much I enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun using it, and I've been able to create several different looks on this palette. The Blush and Shine palette, this was probably my favorite thing in the box, just because the packaging is super nice and the products themselves, they layer so well, and they, I don't know, they just do really, really nice. The highlight, like this is a light application of the highlighter. I have used this at full intensity and it did exceptionally well, super reflective. If you like a really, really intense highlight, I think this one would be right up your alley. I just think it's really good. And packaging, I still love the packaging, okay? I'm a packaging lover. Oh, I forgot to use this. The coconut setting spray. I completely forgot about it. So let me go ahead and give this a try. Whew, That is such an intense coconut smell, but it's very, very nice. I don't mind it. If you don't like coconut, then obviously stay away from it, but if you do like coconut, you're in for a treat. And it kind of left my skin a little bit glowy. I'm okay with that. Alrighty, well now I've used everything in the box. We'll see how this does once I've worn it a little while. I can give it more of a test, but so far I really do enjoy it. And guys, thank you so much for taking time to hang out and watch this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the tutorial on how to do the wing eyeliner. If you're trying to get more comfortable, you know, doing more advanced eye looks, just practice. That's all it is. I'm still learning myself. And the biggest thing for me, the challenge, is trying to get one wing to match the other. It is insanely hard to do that. And plus this eye is a little bit hooded than the other one, so this one always gives me trouble anyways. But yeah guys, thank you again for taking time to hang out and watch this video. I hope everyone's having a great day, a great night whenever you're watching this. Please do not forget to hit subscribe so you can join the wolf pack, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.